Hey, what's good, magical family? It's Unique Divination, and you are tuned in to Urban Mystic TV. I just want to take a moment to thank you guys for following my channel. I really appreciate, and I'm just ecstatic on the fact that you guys are interested in what I have to say and what I'm talking about. Kudos, thanks. So, this is April's 2018 spiritual guidance reading, and as always, we've got past life, we've got goddess guidance, and we've got the Thoth deck. And we're going to start off with our goddess guidance card. And we have Pele. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing her name right. Pele. 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 She's a Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes. And her dynamic strength is sometimes misunderstood. She shows us that fire can purify, release us from the old to make way for the new, and ignite our passion. Without fire, nothing would change. Call upon Pele to help you get in touch with your true passion and to charge up your motivation and excitement. Pele will help you feel everything on a deeper level, so be unafraid of taking action to manifest your heart's desire. So Pele represents divine passion. She goes on to say, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Make sure your career matches your true interests. Take a class or start a hobby that really excites you. Change jobs. Go on a wonderful trip. Invest time and money in manifesting your dreams. Give yourself permission to go for it. Start a new business. Make an honest assessment of how you spend your time. List your priorities. So, this card is just basically telling us that we need to do what we really want to do in this lifetime. A lot of people, I know a lot of people, family members, some even my mom, my dad, there's a lot of people that I see around me in my everyday life that have never really lived because they've never done nothing that they truly wanted to do. My mom loves to sing. She's currently had some type of neck surgery that's impaired her vocal box, but she wanted to be big, and I just wondered, did she ever really truly live out, exactly what she wanted to do? And sometimes we think that when we have children, when we have setbacks, if we don't have, the money right now that we need, we tend to make excuses for why we don't live out and do things that we truly love to do. And we need to stop that. As always, you're always going to hear me say, be the creator of your own universe, right? Stop, take away all the excuses. All right. So get a piece of paper, get a pen or a pencil, and just make a list of things that you want to do, things that you have passion for. Do you like to write books? Do you do spoken word? Do you do poetry? Do you want to play an instrument? Do you play an instrument? Do you want to learn? All right. Whatever it is that you want to do, your heart's desires that makes you, that gives you passion, that just makes you want to live, that gives you excitement in your life. We need to start doing these things. Life is too short. We don't know when we're going to die. Every day we wake up, we're blessed, but let's start living. Right now, we're not living. Let's start living and just start doing the things that we really want to do. I wanted to run my own business. I never thought it would be a spiritual business, but nonetheless, I just stepped out on faith and I started doing what my passion was, and it's done nothing but work out. And that could be anybody. There's going to be obstacles and blockages for everything that comes into your life. Nothing is ever going to be easy. And if anybody tells you that, then they're lying. It's hard until you work and grind, and then after a certain point, things become easier. But nonetheless, you've got to grind to get where you want to be. If you want peace in your life, if you want to do things that you truly want to do, you have to work, and you're going to have to put time aside to do them. If you want to write a novel and you feel like you don't have any time in the world, then you need to reevaluate how you spend your time. Write down what you do. Make a list for each day of the week, 7 days, and write down throughout each day what it is that you truly do. And be honest with yourself. If you played a game for 3 hours, write that you played a game for 3 hours. I like to sleep. Sometimes I spend a majority of my time just freaking sleep in the bed. And I've had to reevaluate my time and say, okay, I really want to do this, but I'm just laying around here. So, we can always readjust our time to fit for things that we truly have a desire and a passion for. Okay. Don't let anybody or anything take your desire and your passion and your true heart's desires away from you. Live your life and start living it now. Okay. And so the next card that we get into is our past life card. Okay. This card that we have for the past life card is Galactic. A very beautiful card. Very beautiful card. All right. So this basically indicates that this may be your first time on the planet. Okay. Probably feeling a little bit alien, feel like you don't belong. Customs, things that people do that we would consider normal is just you really don't get it. You're really not vibing. Um, it just seems like, the violence in the world and society. You really can't take a lot of um, the violence. Um, Very sensitive to things. You may even feel like you're empath. Just want to get along with everyone and be kind as possible. Okay, your compassion helps diffuse the world's tensions, making the entire universe a more peaceful place. You may find earthly relationships confusing and feel more at home with technology or energy healing. If you find other star people, you'll discover the kinship you're seeking. Since those from other planets tend to be shy and socially awkward, you may need to go where they gather, such as online message boards, computer courses, science fiction conventions, scuba diving trips, and Reiki classes. So, at this point in your life, you need to find your tribe. You've been hanging around people, even people that you may have grew up with for years, and there's just that connection is not there anymore like how it used to be. Like I said, the violence, you can't really watch it. I can't watch the news. I don't watch the news unless I'm at work. We have a TV in there, unfortunately, so I have to watch it. But I don't watch the news. As far as myself, I'm very socially awkward. I don't fit in with a lot of people in my demographic. And just like that card said, I personally have found friendship through social media. I have a lot of Facebook friends that I've been friends with them for a few years now. Strong, more so than physical people in my energy field. So, if you feel like you can't really connect with people in your local region, branch out. Definitely branch out. Join groups, message boards, certain groups on Facebook. Um, to what you like and what you like to do. And believe me, you'll find your tribe. I found my tribe. Like I said, I may not physically see all of the people that I talk to, but I have built friendships that I would not give up, through social media. So, all right. So now we will be getting into the Thoth deck. And the first card that I have is the Six of Swords. On this card, I'm sorry, it's called the Science card. It's Mercury in Aquarius, and this card just represents the ability to analyze, look at things from different perspectives, being objective and not subjective, meaning not just looking at things in relation to you, but to everything around you, looking at the totality of circumstances. You may have fallen out with somebody close to you, a loved one. Maybe it's at your job, your place of employment. Swords does deal with business as well. So there has been a communication breakdown, and sometimes you may feel like nobody understands you, but I think it might be you that may needs to have the different perspective. Okay. Um, I think that whatever the issue was, whatever the falling out was for, whether it be at work or through a significant other, I think that you're looking at it in relation to you and not in relation to everything that's going on. So you definitely don't want to do that because that's going to come off as selfish. You have to look at the totality of the circumstances, everything involved. You got to look at everybody's perspective in this particular situation. I feel like if you would just open up and really look at the situation for what it is, you'll see, okay, maybe I need to take a different approach, or, maybe I do need to look at this a little bit differently and see that, maybe the person, it ain't even about necessarily being right, but just seeing something from somebody else's point of view besides your own, right? So just make sure that you're able to perceive things on different levels. You don't even have to agree, but sometimes just allowing yourself to step out of your own shoes and to go into somebody else's perspective definitely helps with analyzing, critical thinking skills, because your perception, your reality is not the only perception, right? Make sure to communicate in ways that others will understand you, right? And be patient. Everybody's not going to be able to completely grasp what you're saying at first, but if you give them time, you explain it thoroughly in the most simplistic form, not to belittle them, but to not to over explain, just to leave it simple, practical, you'll see that the communication would definitely get better. And the next card that we have is the Knight of Discs. And this card represents hard work, effort. If you've been putting off certain things, certain tasks, you can't put them off anymore. The Knight of Discs is saying, hey, let's buckle down. Let's take care of loose ends. Let's finalize things. Let's just work on all the tasks that we've put off. You can't put them off any longer. You have to work on them now, right? So that's what the Knight of Discs are telling us. But also, you're going to need the energy to complete these tasks. So make sure you're treating your body right, getting enough sleep, taking care of your body. Pentacles, well, discs for this card also just deals with taking care of yourself. Financial investment, right? Are you investing? Do you have money to invest in anything? We've got cryptocurrency going on. We've got stocks, bonds, IRA, Roth, whatever, however you want to invest your money. I'm not going to tell you how to invest, but this card represents investing and reaping the benefits of what you may sow later on down the road. So definitely at least inquire into some different kinds of financial investment. Also, this card represents doctor healing. If you haven't had a checkup in a while, I recommend just going to the doctor and just to get a checkup, just to see where you are in your health status if you have not done that in a long time, okay? And so the next card that we have is Eight of Swords, and this kind of may explain why we've got the Knight of Discs as far as putting off tasks and not, just putting off tasks. So this card represents interference. Jupiter and Gemini, problems with endurance, worry from thinking too much, difficulty in making choices and decisions. Okay, so these are some things that you're going to understand is what's blocking you from completing those tasks. Understand the reason why you may feel it's difficult to make choices is because you don't want to make a wrong choice. But guess what? You have to make a choice. You know how they say things about when people, if somebody's saying a racist comment and somebody else is there not saying anything, you're a participant of it. It's kind of like that, and I hate to use that example, but that was the only extreme thing that I could really get you to understand. So you have to make a choice. You have to make a decision. If you happen to make a decision and it's a wrong decision, that's okay. You learn from your mistakes, but you can't go you can't go through life not making choices. It just doesn't work like that. This world is based on duality, left or right, up or down. You're going to have to make a choice, okay? And just learn from those mistakes. So relax, stop worrying, realize that your ancestors and your spirit guides have your back. trust in life, trusting your ancestors, trusting your spirit guides, and let's start making decisions. Stop putting off those tasks because you don't want to make the decision or, to choose for what that task entails. You cannot put it off. You have to do it, okay? All right, so this concludes I believe this is May 2018 spiritual guidance reading. As always, thank you for the people that watch my channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for liking my videos. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, what are you waiting for? I'm trying to push videos out there for you guys so you can have content, and you will get notifications whenever I drop a new video, all right? So you'll be hearing from me shortly. Deuces.